She goes, all right. All right, Ryan, there you go. So with love from all of us here in the pack. Should I do a heart emoji? No? I don't know. I'll do blue because blue's kind of guy thing. So, all right. Man, that's so good to be here. Are you freaking kidding me? To be here, and I wanted to come to Australia for so long. I got to go to New Zealand a few months ago. That was a lot of fun. I've never been to Australia. Couldn't wait to go. You know, I took great risks. I've been married for 32 years. Okay? 32 years. It's pretty good nowadays, you know. Sometimes it's not as good as breaks, but I'm doing all right. But it's her birthday today. Now you guys know what's going on, right? So you can imagine when I get to the airport and they say, okay, where's your visa? I said, okay, what's a freaking visa for Australia look like? It's because I went to New Zealand, I've gone all over the world, and nobody's asked me for a visa except for a couple of places, China, India, and so forth. But never have I. So I'm sitting there at the ticket counter, good old John Hobby. That guy, I hope you know, you have one of the greatest leadership teams in the entire New Zealand. I'm not saying that because I'm here in Pacific, like you know how they do that in the guitar where they turn the guitar around, I love you, Ohio, or wherever you are now. No. This is the real deal. John Hobby is like a dear friend of mine. Like he is somebody who I care deeply about. And I'll tell you, he doesn't come up, he's got that smile, that kind of like, yeah, really easy. That's not how he greets me. Where's my product? I seem to wait for this. That didn't deliver on time. I need this, the quality that. Man, when we were out of TRME, you know, you think, oh, cool, out of stock. Nuh-uh. It was not out of cool thing. John's like, Steve, I love you, appreciate you, but dude, get on it. And he was serious. It's like, do not mess around with John Hobby, okay? And but then he's nice and he smiles and he's a really good guy. But I mean, he has your back. I want to tell you that. And that whole team, everyone, they have your back. We hear loud and clear from John, from Sam, from everybody, what you guys are doing here in the heart. And John says all the time, dude, seriously, if you guys could just keep us in stock, not use TGA as an excuse, not use a boat as an excuse, and just get us product on time, man, you see what big we can get? It'll be massive. So that's my 2024 commitment to keep packed in stock. Number one thing, I can tell you all the fluff and all this, and I will take some. That's not fluff, but I will tell you some things, but I'm not going to tell you stuff that isn't important. Because here's the deal. I've been doing this for a little while now. We got to get off this picture. That's a terrible picture. It's like doing something for dentures or something. It's like, I don't know what happened there. All right, now we're having some fun. Okay. Whew, off of me. All right. So here's the deal, okay? You know, a lot of us in this room, I mean, you got to hear from Sean Brady, who is one of my dearest friends. Sean, let's hear it for Sean Brady. Sherry and Sean, gosh, man, I will not cry today, period, but I'm telling you, he gets me there. And then who I heard earlier, I mean, that's why I'm here. I mean, that's really why I'm here. You guys, sometimes I hear from you guys live in this ivory tower, and you're thinking, nah, where I get fired up is when I hear a story like what I just heard earlier, where somebody sees an opportunity, takes advantage of that opportunity, goes through a very, very difficult time, and then comes out the other side and wins and prevails, and then goes through another challenging period. Because this life isn't just rainbow and sunshine. Maybe in Gold Coast, I didn't see all that sunshine when I came here. I literally just rolled up into the airport like, 67 minutes ago. So I just came straight from here. 5 o'clock I left on Sunday afternoon. I got here at 4:52 p.m. Sunday time in Utah. So 24 hours I got here. They took me straight from here. They put me right on the city. And John said, "You've got enough time to get a shower, and that's it." And I said, "Okay, can I shave?" He goes, "No, go." That's all right. So a little bit of a beard thing going on, but it's all right. But the bottom line is this, is the fact that you can't be in this business and not hear a Sean Brady story or Sean Sherry Brady story or hear the story you just heard down and not impact you. I mean, the reality is most of the world goes to a job every single day. Nothing against it. But they don't get to hear that. What they get to hear is, did you report in on time? Did you do this? Did you do that? Politics, politics, politics. I'm gunning for her job, his job. She's doing this, she's doing that. He's this, this, that. Now, sometimes that happens. I get it. But, like, in the world, you don't get to step back for a second and you hear a story like what you just heard there. The emotion is raw. It's real. Because it's different, right? And I hope that you feel different at New Skin. Because there's a difference here. I heard the very back row, there was a comment, and it said, she said from the stage, it's not as much about how much money, and I heard, amen. Now, I'm not allergic to money. I kind of like it. I'm not against it, because I can do some good stuff with it, right? Like this. Nurse the world. Nurse the children. Okay? But that's not my goal, per se. It's an imperative. I've got to feed my family. I've got to be able to pay the bills. I've got to be a contributing part of the world. I've got to give back. Those are really important to me. But to do that, I have to give money. Okay? Or time, or effort, right? So, New Skin affords us that opportunity to be able to do something we really enjoy, helping people live better, longer, happier lives, and then also make a little money along the way and share with people products that can really make a difference. Now, how many of you have either had a personal experience with the products that you feel like they've improved your life or they've improved a friend of yours' lives that you sponsored this business? Raise your hand. Okay. Either there's a translation issue or it's 4 people who I got to sponsor today. Come on up. All right. No, seriously. I mean, it's a game changer. This business is about not just business. It's about people. And once you realize that, once you realize that you're building something about people, connection, working with people, watching Sean and Sherry Brady go from where they were to where they are today, and to watch how they've inspired so many other people to do the same, that's what gets me fired up. That's when Sean Brady says, I'm coming into this town, you have time for dinner. It's like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. As long as I didn't already make a previous commitment, because I always try to keep my commitments, I'm always there because I love to break bread with Sean and hear his story and how much he's helped other people. You know what's interesting? It was funny. Last comment, and I'll get right into the stuff. But what's interesting I found in my life, I've been to probably, I've been on every continent. I've seen pretty much, I don't know, maybe 120 countries, something like that. You know what I've seen? What's really interesting? People who have gone through poverty, who have gone through a tough time, are the first ones to leave. You see that? Now, that's not a prerequisite, don't get me wrong. I've seen some very wealthy people who came from really nice backgrounds, who gave a lot of money, and they're really nice. I've seen people, when they felt it, when they didn't know where the next paycheck's coming, it changes right here. When you see your mom, when you see your dad, maybe you don't have a dad, maybe you don't have a mom. When you see a brother or a sister go to a job that they shouldn't be doing because you didn't have enough money to keep food in the fridge. When you see those types of things, suddenly when you have a little bit of abundance, you say, well, I know how that felt. And I want to find how I can help a couple other people along the way. Now, key thing is we've got to be smart with our money. We have to give it to everybody. But I've seen time and time again, the first ones who come out of pocket when something goes wrong. It was interesting, there was a, in our, my church, I'm not going to get into church, I'm in spiritual, there's a church, there was a fundraiser for a cancer. Anyways, long story short is, what I saw is the church had a whole group of people, and they're all really good people. But when they said, hey, we'd like to see who could donate and so forth, this was a little quite a while back. But the first ones out of their chairs were the ones I know that needed it the most. First ones out of their chairs. And it's fun, because in New Skin, you can have both. You can have abundance, and you can do the things you want to do if you work hard and you help other people. That's the key. If you're just in it for yourself, then you might as well just tell your sponsor to buy today. Because if you're just in it for yourself, it's not going to work. It never has. I've never talked to a successful distributor who was 100% about themselves. I just never seen it. The ones I see that win, that sit in my office, have been here for 20, 25, 30, 40 years. What's that, 40 years up there for New Skin? 40 years we got going here. Those people are people, the first words out of their mouth is how they're helping their teams, how they're helping their lines, how they're helping cross lines, how they're able to speak for a group that they have nobody in their downline. Because they want to help. It's different. If you got that here, now you can start doing some things. But you got to put practice in there. You got to put some other things into the equation. So today we're going to talk about products. You're going to hear from me a little bit more than you probably want. You get a little bored. You get too tired, just go like this. You know, or that, or just start throwing stuff at me. I'll get off or whatever. But I want to share with you now. You say, well, why are you here today? That was a very generous opening. I wish she could do that every time I come on stage. That was really nice. I don't know who wrote it, but that was really good. But I've been doing this for about 32 years, and I started with New Skin. I don't know if you guys know that. I started with New Skin. What's funny is I was a sophomore in college, trying to put food on the table, didn't have any money, put myself through college in that situation. And I was working fast food, trying to get things going at a whopping, I think it was $4.25 an hour. And I was hustling. I got an upgrade to a catering company, and anyways, I just tried to put food on the table. And the reason I chose food service is because my dad always told me, hey, if you get in trouble, always get into food service because you'll have a meal. He was right. Because you always got a meal, right? So I got into food service, trying to put myself through college, but I had a summer break, and I was like, oh, man, what do I do this summer break? Well, what I did was I put together a business plan, because I was going to my junior year of college, and I put together a business plan for sustainability on how to make products more sustainable, how to recycle, how to do these types of things. Because I could see that was coming. But man, 1992, I started that. And I'll tell you, there was not a lot of people that had an appetite for starting a business in recycling. Like, they're like, what? What are you talking about? Limit what? Get out of here, kid. Everybody said no except for one guy. And remember, no golden rules, right? Golden rules of sales. You've heard this. It's been said by Steve Schellenberger. Everybody said, okay, 4 no's, 90% of people go away. They stop doing things. After your 4th major no, like an embarrassing no, 90% of people stop. 4. 80% of the sales come on the 5th. Generally speaking. Okay? So think about that. It's the difference between one. Okay? So I kept going. Mine was like the 15th. So I was a little different. In this story. But this is like the 15th person I was trying to pitch on the sustainability. He goes, I think your sustainability deck, and back then it called sustainability, but recycling deck looks really cool. But I'm not really interested in that. Because I don't know if we're ready for that yet. I'm putting that over here. But I am starting a company that's going to be manufacturing nutritional supplements. We've got this company called New Skin who needs help putting it together. And they are going to do their first nutritional line. Back then it was called Interior Design Nutritional Products. Anybody possibly be part of that company way back in 1992? Boom, boom, boom. There they are. There you are. Nice. We represent. Okay, now for bonus points. Who can name any of the products that we came out with then? What? No, not St. John's wort. Huh?
Shampoo A, shampoo B.
Overdrive, yes. Bonus. You got meat a la carte, dairy a la carte. You got, remember the 4 basic food groups? We were looking like this personalized program where if you're not getting enough dairy, then you can take a supplement. If you're not getting enough meat, then you can take a supplement. If you can take vegetables, you get so it's this a la carte menu, and you had a blister card, okay? And then you had a packaging machine that did this product called Vitalife. Vitalife, okay? Now, that was my original product that I put together. Those 4 a la cartes and Vitalife was the very, very first offering from New Skin. They also had Metabatrim, Vitox, Optimal Omega. They had Optimal, I don't know what they called it back then. Anyways, so that's what's going on. So I took a sugar packet machine that was made in Germany, retrofitted it to make this Vitalife machine. Now, I'm not an engineer. I was in business school, okay? I had these Germans come over, what the heck did you do to my machine? Except for they said that in German, there was a lot more swear words. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but like I was trying to make this thing work. And I had all the execs down from New Skin saying, hey, is that product ready? We got launch coming up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to be ready any minute. And so we're like putting everything through. Long story short is the very first product that came off, that Vital Life that came off this package, a little sachet about this big, which you guys now know as Life Pack.
Wow.
Changed over time. Number one product in the history of the company, it's not even close, by double anything else in the business. Number one. Okay? That was my first experience with New Skin. That was really fun. And I was able to be a part of that, making that first box, and I still have it, and it's just kind of, one of those things where you build something for somebody. And then this is how small an operation I had. This is 1992 now. Forgive me, okay? We're going to get to it, but you guys might find this interesting when you think about the legacy of this company. So I started the business in 1992, and I didn't, my partner was all about, he had money, I had no money. I had sweat equity. Sweat equity means you just work for it. Doesn't mean you have any, I didn't have anything. And I think I got a raise. I was like $4.25 an hour. I think I went up to $4.75 an hour. That's where I was at, even though I was part of it. That's why I gave myself as kind of my pay, right? And then I got no double time, no time and a half. I didn't give that to myself. My wife, my sweet dear wife, she was my partner in crime. So I would literally, on the blister machine, there's a blister machine that made all the car stuff. I put all the capsules in the bin right here. Okay, and then that machine, I push the start button, and she was on the back end, and she was taking those little blisters like this and folding them in half like this, and put them into a carton, and folding them in half, put them in a carton. Now I run around and grab the cartons up there, put it in, and I start LCO and so forth, then when the pit, I run back over here, put it in the cabin. There's two of us. Run this whole thing, trying to get you guys ready, those of you who are trying to get these products. That's how we were doing it. And I had to stop the machine, I had to do quality. So I put on my quality hat, got out my clipboard. All right, let's check and see if anything. Now, everything my wife did was perfect. Let me just be clear on that, okay? But stuff I did needs to know. But we worked through all that. Then I became the forklift driver. Forklift, pulled out there, put in the boxes, shipped it, all that sort of stuff. So we did the whole thing. Had a system that I had built through a pharmaceutical model that a friend of mine did medical and helped me build it. It's fantastic. But the bottom line is that's how we started. Very, very simple. Very, very, very simple. But I had a dream that, holding a business that potentially could grow, partner with the right groups of people, and you can see things happen. Now, I had, as soon as I set up that first business, we ended up growing really, really fast. Because people started to hear that we did this manufacturing. And as you know, in Utah, there's a lot of people who want to do business. So they started sending business. So we had 15, 20, 50, 100 accounts, 200 accounts, 300 accounts. We had so much business. I was hiring people. We outgrew the first facility, we went to the second facility, into the third facility, into the fourth facility. All the while, New Skin is just crushing it. And we'll continue to help these guys. But I noticed something different about New Skin. And I want to share that with you today. They never talked about money. They didn't come in to me and say, so, we want to make this much money. We got to make sure our prices are down. We got to make sure this is this. Now, they were very clear that the price had to be right. Not down, right. You don't cheat. You don't cut any corners. You do exactly what's supposed to be on the label, period. And no question. And I said, great. I got other clients that came in that said, hey, how can you do this for the lowest possible price possible? Well, but then we go to these ingredients. These are not. That's fine. Nobody tests it. Nobody cares. Nobody does anything. We just want to get it out there. We want the lowest price possible. Or we want this. Or we want that. Or are you going to check this? Or are you guys going to do potency or safety? Or no? We're not. Steve, just give us the product. We just need the product. So you see these people who come in. This is the early '90s. Remember, it's a different world back then. And so I see this difference. And then you watch the New Skin team come back in, and they would say, let me make sure it's really clear to you, Steve. We don't shortcut. We don't change anything. We do exactly what's on the label. Period. No change. We make sure it's right. They better be 100% correct, or we're not doing business with you. Got it? Different. It was a different company in 1992 for that environment, and they've held true to that every single year. we continue to grow with that company, and we continue to do business together for a long period of time. So I like to believe that I've been part of New Skin for now going on 32 years, and it was a great experience to be a part of an organization that was not only saying this is what you should do, but doing what you say to do. Okay? Most of the time when you guys suffer stockouts, it's for one reason. It's because we won't compromise on quality. I'm serious when I say that. We could have got the product released and to you, but it was off by 0.2 micrograms on a test, and we had to send the raw materials back. Literally. I have sent products back because it's only 0.2 micrograms off what it's supposed to be. And I don't have any concerns about it. I have zero problems with it. Do you know why? Because that's what you expect. And that's what Blake, Sandy, Steve, Ryan, what we've all committed to do. I can't look you in the face today and say, we're delivering. If I know for a fact that we'll let that one in the door, we'll let that one, that didn't quite get there, but that's okay, we'll get it next time. Now, that doesn't excuse being late, doesn't excuse not having product, but I will tell you the commitment to quality is real and it's significant. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about a couple of products that I think you'll find very interesting. I heard you guys have some success with TRB. I want to talk about TRB. We're also talk a little bit about WellSpa and what we're seeing globally. My position, I'm Executive Vice President, I'm also Chief Product Officer, so I get to see all the products as they're ideating, as they're being scaled up, as they're being manufactured, as they're being distributed, and as they go to the final mile. So I get to see all those sides of it. There's a ton of amazing employees, 700 globally, that make that happen, and they're phenomenal. And I represent this amazing team, which they could all be with me here today because they deserve so much credit. It's such a good group. But they're all committed to this, and I hope you are too. Because if you're not here, I've asked people to give you the mission statement of New Skin. I actually, and I got in trouble with legal, so I can't do it anymore, but I used to have money, $100. I say, anybody in the room can go and give you the mission statement verbatim. $100. I have yet to have one group do it. And I've done this presentation a lot, like just in general presentations. I've probably given out how many presentations. I can get one. They're like, to be force for good, to be great, to do things really good, empower people to live longer, feel stronger, and go to Mars. We don't, anyways, this is it. If you're not here, then your rudder, as they say, guiding your ship, is going to be all over the place. Because if your mission isn't this mission, to be a global, not just here in the Pacific, but a global force for good, by empowering people. That is the key. You see what we said? By empowering people, not by taking money from people, not by sponsoring people, by sharing a product because you hope that you'll make more money off of them, by empowering them to win, to elevate above wherever they are right now, help them be the best grandma, best mom, best daughter, best son, best father, best engineer, best friend. Whatever it is, you're empowering them by giving them products and an opportunity that is unique to only New Skin. And if you're not thinking of it like that, then you're probably not where you can be in leveraging the business the way it should be leveraged. Because once you get into the empowerment game, that text that comes in that you're, oh, there he is again, complaining. It's, what do I need to empower this person? Sometimes what you have to do to empower somebody that's a constant malcontent is let them go. Because if they're going to be a malcontent all the time, they're going to drain you for those 10 other people who are really, really engaged in wanting to make it work. And if all that person's going to do for the 15th time is tell you, wait, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is wrong, that's wrong, you know what? You can move on. I'm not saying we can't take good feedback. Feedback is important, but sometimes after you get the 20th time, you've got to realize that sometimes people just want to drain. They don't want to let it go and move on. But the people I find that are winning, not just in New Skin, but in life, are the ones who know how to keep moving forward. Doesn't mean they don't have problems. They keep moving forward. Okay? And if you can get to that mindset where you're saying, yeah, I'm going to have problems, yeah, there's going to be an issue, I'm going to keep moving forward, and I'm going to keep this mission statement by empowering people to improve lives with innovative products, rewarding opportunities, and an enriching culture. Now I'm going to do something I've never done before. Never done this before. Let's see how it works. See what your participation rate is going to be. Some of you guys are going to fold your arms, cross your legs. Serious. I just want to see if you guys are in. I want to read this together with you. And if it feels not right to you, you might want to think about this, okay? Let's just read it. I really want you to read it. More importantly, I want you to feel it, okay? So, you guys ready to follow me with this? Okay. So, new skin. Our mission is to be a global force for good by empowering people to improve lives with innovative products, rewarding opportunities, and an enriching culture. What do you think, Sean? Was that good? Yeah. Strong enough? One more time? Okay, let's just one more time, okay? You got video going on this? Okay, all right, he's got video going on this, okay? Let's send this one also, okay? Let's go. No, seriously, if you really believe it, this isn't a rah-rah speech. This isn't one of those weirdo things. This is what we're doing. And if you don't, it doesn't say anything in there about, I'm going to be a billionaire. It doesn't say anything about that. It doesn't say any false claim. It doesn't make any goofy statement. It's not trying to make you do something and put your garage full of crap. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about empowering people. So if you believe this, if you believe it, now you can say it, okay? I want you guys all to do it. So, here we go. Our mission is to be a global force for good.
Empowering people to improve lives with innovative products, rewarding opportunities, and enriching culture.
All right, I like that one better. We got to do it. We have such an opportunity. It's so awesome what we have the privilege of doing. So many people don't have this opportunity. They need this opportunity. They don't even know about this opportunity. It's our opportunity, and you have it. Now, we saw empowering people. Well, that's where empower me comes from. That's the whole concept. It's how do we empower you? How do we empower you to do something different, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Now, this is really kind of an interesting thing. So, this WellSpa came out, and I'm not kidding you, this thing was like a rocket ship. I mean, it has taken fire. It's already gotten awards, it's already been massive, and people love it. And I'm not sure Sean's told his story yet, but I'm telling you, this thing has changed lives. I can tell you, there's certain products I take every single day. There's certain products I do twice a day. This is a product I do twice a day. Twice a day, every single day, I use this product. Okay? It is a game changer for me. Okay? A lot of people say, well, Steve, we're sort of getting confused on the 3 R's, and we're not sure which one it's supposed to be. It's real simple. I'll give you a pass. Say P-A-S, give you a pass. Okay? P for polished. Okay? You know it's simple. It preps the skin. Think about it this way. It preps the skin. Kind of like when you're putting tape up, you kind of wash off the wall before you put the tape on, because you want to make sure it's nice and clean so it adheres strongly. Well, taking that polish in and actually taking off the rough edges of the dry skin, all that sort of stuff comes in and does that nicely. In fact, it's probably our single best-selling product individually in most markets, because people just love to use it without even the most part. They just love it. You try it. Just put it on your hands. Do this little quick thing and then wash it and see how smooth your hands feel. It's unbelievable. It's our best exfoliator we've got. Period. If you haven't used it, you've got to use it. So P for polish, prepare. Okay? A, this is the Activate. Activating gel. I use this every single day. Before I work out, after I work out, every single day I use this. It is the game changer for me and for my exercise routine. I've been able to recover so much faster and be able to do things I'm able to do. It's not a claim, it's just my own personal experience and what I've been able to do in combination with good exercise, diet, lifestyle, stretching, yoga, a bunch of other stuff. But this activating gel, there's not a day that goes by almost that I don't have somebody coming up to me telling me their experience with activating gel. Because what the whole goal here is this is what's different. Like, well, we got a body spa. No, I know you got a body spa. I get it. That isn't what this is. That's red ocean. Red ocean means things that everybody else is trying to go to, or they're already there. Okay, that's where the sharks are. They're eating their blood in the ocean, and because there's so many people sitting over there. You can play in that game if you want to, and that's nice, that's fine. We want to stay over here in the blue ocean. Blue ocean is where no one else is. Okay? And where everybody wants to be. Okay? So we have an opportunity here. We actually decided, Joe Chang and I talked about it, and we talked about it for a long time. We said, we're going to make the first beauty wellness device that's going to truly impact people, both from a skin radiance and contouring and all that good stuff, along with the overall body. Switching gears to a science-based approach, our body has some functionality relative to the circulatory systems. We know the heart pumps, right? It's the blood pumping and so forth. But for toxins to get pushed out of our system, and for some of the other things, we require the lymphatic system. Well, the lymphatic system does not have a heart. It doesn't have it, okay? So it's counting on you to move. Kind of like that, was it Madagascar? You gotta move it. Yeah, you gotta move it. Kind of like what we did up here on stage earlier, okay? You got some lymphatic system going, okay? That was fun. But a lot of people are stuck behind the computer, stuck behind the phone, stuck behind, I don't know, some slow person, whatever. But you're not activating your lymphatic system. You're not activating the system that's helping your body recover and get rid of the toxins. One of the goals that we had here was to be an activator, so focus on the muscles, the circulation, and being able to get that moving and going, kind of pump. It's changed everything for me. I mean, literally, it's amazing. It is a game changer from a wellness standpoint. Dr. Joe Chang, if he was here and giving a science presentation, you would hear a lot more about this. Let me just put it this. This is not just a beauty device. It is a full body wellness device, if you think of it that from that perspective. Okay? And then, of course, it does the others, which is the smoothing, crepey skin, cellulite, all that good stuff. It is there, it's available, and it can help smooth that out. So, P, polish, prepare, A, activate, okay, activating gel, and then S, smooth it out. Okay? A lot of people do this in combination. What they'll do is they'll polish, then they'll activate, and then they'll finish with the smoothing. And they use 1, 2, 3, just like that combination. It's really quite nice. So think of it that way. Just to give you some perspective, TRME and WellSpa, and I can't get into numbers because they told us from a legal standpoint until we actually come out with our formal report coming in February. Publicly, we can't disclose numbers, but I can tell you of all the products that Newskin sold in the last 15 years, this was the second, besides TR90, which is back 2013 when we were going through that crazy time, second best ever in the history of the company in terms of sales, growth, opportunity. It's massive. People want this so bad. People are asking, where can I get one of these? They go to stores right now asking, they go to a health food store, they go to a yoga store, they go to they go to nail salons. They go to places and they're saying, where do I get this? Where do I do this? There's people who actually set up shops, literally, in certain parts of Asia, where they actually just have a chair. I mean, this thing is like some, I don't know, rinky-dink chair. I mean, it's like 10 times worse than this. Sitting right there. You got a line going out there. And they basically do a WellSpa on that person's body while they're sitting in that chair. And they charge for treatment. I mean, that's just kind of they set up their business that way. I mean, it's interesting to see how many people want the benefits of this product. It's a business in and of itself. If you haven't embraced WellSpa, find me at the break, tell me why, and let's get busy. Because seriously, it is fantastic. Personally, I think it's fantastic. United States, it was launched as Renew Spa because it's a medical device. Okay, so I want to make sure that the rest of the world's WellSpa. Actually, in Taiwan, I think they call it super duper microwave or something like that. Super wave or something. I don't know. Then when it came through, Ryan and I looked at it and go, "Oh my goodness, is that what they want to call it?" I said, "Yeah, that's what they want to call it." I said, "All right, well, if it passes legal." So besides Taiwan, and then you got Renew Spa in the United States, which is a medical device that's made on the medical line. That sort of thing. It's kind of different, but essentially it's the same thing. So. But WellSpa is how you guys know it here. It's already won this big innovation award in 2024. I mean, we're only in January, like the third week into January, and this was the award to get, and we got it. It was the award to basically say who's innovating in this industry, who's going blue ocean, who's doing something different than everybody else, not just thinking about the same old, and we've got it, adding it to our #1 world's beauty device. All right, so it's pretty exciting. So. Now we get to this R. I already told you pass. Think about pass, polish, activate, smooth. And you can think about from restore your well-being. Now this is options you can do on Vera, okay? So when you're using your phone, you can do these types of things, or you can just go right into it and do it. I have a workout in the morning where it says, it's a rowing thing that I always get, my trainer has me do the rower every time I get in for 10 minutes. And it says this type of workout, that type of workout. This type of workout, that type of workout. And the other one says just leave and row. And I choose that. Let's row. I don't want 20, 10, 5, whatever. Some people really get into it. They're all like, I want to do 5 minutes, I want to do this, I want to do this. Fine. Go look it up, go take a look, and we've got some great little menus there. Don't let that get in your way. Sometimes you just need to get in there and start using it. You don't even need the Vera to use it. You turn it on, you put on the stuff, and you go like this. That's about as hard as it gets, okay? I'm serious when you say it. Push it, round it, come up the legs, make it come down, because we're getting toxins out of the system and so forth. That's kind of nice. If you're doing contouring on certain areas and so forth, there's some nice little, little demos that you can look on there. You guys know how to do all that stuff. I don't need to talk about that. I certainly not to show you on stage. So but I want you to know that this is not hard. You don't have to figure it out. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Just find your trouble areas and go to work. Seriously. If you're trying to get cellulite. So, of all of them, just tell me, which one would you use if you had, say, cellulite? What would you use?
Serum.
Serum. You got that starts with an S, and that means it's smooth. Okay. All right, good. All right, so now what if you're going to go work out, or if you just get some areas of joints and you just sit on a plane for 24 hours, what would you probably want to use? Activate. There you go. Activating gel. Activate. Okay. Cool. If you want to get set up for everything, and you want to make sure that you're ready to go, and you take off the edges, and I'm not saying some of these toes I've seen they're asking me, so you guys don't want to. But if you want to come off some of that dead skin, what would you do? Polish. Okay. We're not talking rocket science here, guys. You can go to work with this. We made sure we made it natural, easy, simple. Don't get caught up in all of this. And try to get, we also have little vignettes that you can share, little 2-minute little clips that you can send to a friend wherever they are in the world. Say, you got to try this. It's totally a different way to go after it. Okay. Now we've talked about this, the 3 R's, why it's so important. We've talked about the design. This design is patent. We've actually started getting into patents. I think we already have 7 patents. There were patents pending last year. Now they're actually here. We have design patents. We have function patents on adaptive current. We have the metallic nodes. Actually has a patent. It's really quite amazing. When you look at this, these nodes right here, they may just look like little nodes, but they're patented in terms of their design. The curvature of how it goes. If you guys know Joe Chang, our science team, okay? He doesn't play around. He says, oh yeah, just make a round one. He's like, no. It has to be curving at this ratio and then this percentage, and then he watches it on the skin, watches the camera, and sees the heat sensor, and then sees what the current's doing, and like, no, not good enough. And you got these engineers over here like, okay, type thing. It's like, we have to get that exactly right. Because we want to hit the skin and deliver the current at just the right amount to deliver the optimal current. It's not just something where you slam into a machine and just off it goes. Well, did you guys see the video where they had all this different engineers kind of going in there and measuring stuff? And this took a long time for us to put together. Some of you are like, oh yeah, they put out a new something spa. I don't know, it's over there. It's like, It's like saying, I just got a new iPhone, I threw it over there. You know, same thing. It's the game changer. It changes everything. It's totally different than anybody else has. Nobody can come up to you and say, oh yeah, I got one of those. No, they don't. Number one, they don't have the patents. Number two, they don't have the combination of clinical studies that we have in consumables. And number three is they don't have the combination of microcurrents and this particular metallic node that actually is curved in the way it's curved. No one can say they have what you have. No one. Okay? You're the only one who has it. If you want to be selfish, you're probably not being very nice. Okay? So share it with people. Let them have it. Let them see it. The design is very unique. We've talked about this before. You guys have seen it. You have a little speaker audible. Why do we do a speaker? Because I've heard time and time again when I came to the company, people said, I don't know if my galvanic's on. Okay? And how do you know whether it's on? It's audible. Okay? We also have lights that actually tell you whether it's on or not. You have the nodes. You can see everything that's going on. We wanted to make this a sensory experience. And by the way, this is Gen 1. Do you understand what I'm saying? Gen 1. And we've built the functionality of this system. We're only using 20% of it right now. 20% of it. Meaning the feature sets we put into this haven't even been unveiled yet. If you have the system, guess what we can do? Because the truth is, well, I don't know why the company is so big into I/O. I'll tell you why we're so big into I/O, because you guys don't have to go buy another one. We can update your firmware, and it automatically updates. So, well, wait, no, I'm in the business of selling a lot of these. Cool, that's cool too. Because firmware, we're not about just selling. We're trying to make it easier, simple, and firmer from the update. Okay? So the functionality of this is just getting started. We're only 1/5 the way there in terms of what this is going to do. Ready for me to come back out and tell you more and more and more about what this is now going to be able to do for you. Think, not getting myself into trouble. Okay, because the only thing I've been so surprised my entire life is being a publicly traded company and realizing that somebody's going to take a video of me somewhere and then upload it to somebody in SEC and they're going to say, he said this. So, but I also want to make sure you guys see the vision of the future. So, this is the best way I can say this, okay? Think wearables here, okay? That is taking measurements on you as you go through your day, or a ring, or let's just leave it there for a second, okay? All right. These are things taking measurements inside your body. Cool. Measurements goes to your phone. What are you doing with it? Oh, that's cool. Interesting. What if that feedback can go back into your WellSpa and suddenly make adjustments through an algorithm that was specifically curated based upon the inputs it's receiving from other humans? Okay? So, I'll just let that one sit there for a second, but when you think about I/O, it's much, much bigger than just, yeah, we've got an I/O device that's connected somehow that people maybe like me. This is big picture 2, 5, 7, 10 years down the road that we're going with this, okay? And we're going to see upgrades and improvements and things that happen. The stuff you're going to do with this, and we're going to see you start posting with it, is going to be unbelievable. I'll tell you the last thing I'll tell you, and this is the way it always works at NewSmith. We come up with a lot of really, really, really good ideas. But not until you take it and do what you do with it, does it become a great idea. I'm not kidding when I say it's not buttering you. I'm saying, okay, let's just take a look. Galvanic face. It was out there for how long? It was adopted. We were going to discontinue galvanic face. And then some brilliant leader said, have face demo. Boom, shows the difference on one side and the other. Boom, it becomes $1 billion product. I mean, that is what happened. I mean, literally, it took a leader, a creator, an innovator like you to say, brilliant product, and let me show you how you can share it with people the right way. That's why we make such a great team. Because we have great engineers and great ideas and great concepts, and then we believe we know what's going to happen with it, and then you take it and do something really, really unique. I mean, I hope this doesn't gross anybody out, 'cause we're about to eat lunch, but like we came out with Meta, why. But in Korea, somehow they told a story about how these koala bears eat these these purple berries, and they measured their stool, and it was much healthier. And suddenly that connected with everybody. Now, we don't talk about koala bear stool samples very often, but they did, and that's what connected with everybody. And they're like, wait a second, you're talking about koalas do this because they eat that, and this is what happens? Yep. And so we didn't think about that, they thought about it. What are you going to think about? Hopefully today, you're hearing what I said today, and you're going to say, oh, wait a second, I can do this. I'll tell you, in Korea, I was in Korea just a little bit ago, and what's interesting is there was about 4,000 people there at the show. It was such a great event. I love the Koreans. They're so amazing. They have such great fighting power. And I was on a stage, and I was literally like, I don't know, I felt like I was on a football field way back there in the back. And I was like, hey! And they were like, hi! And I was like, this stinks. And Alphabet was there, but I said, this isn't working. This isn't the hard you've seen. So I walked off stage. You should have seen the AV people. They were freaking out. They were going, what's he doing? He's leaving the stage. And I said, yeah, I'm leaving the stage. And I left the stage. It wasn't planned, wasn't orchestrated. And like Ryan's sitting right there. He's like, oh, where's he going? You know, and so, and everybody, all the leaders, they had the leaders up front, like the people who've been there for a long time, and then they had, I don't know how many people just stacked all the way to the very, very back. I went to the very last person in the very last room, and I talked to her the whole time. I said, what are you doing? How's it going? And we talked about products, because in this business, yes, leadership is important, it's critical, you can learn how to win that way. But if you start to forget that it's somebody's first time, it's somebody's first experience, and they're sitting on the very back row and they don't know, then you forgot. Because it was you. At some point in some time, it was you sitting in a crowd going, what crap is this? Why did my sister bring me to this? Why did my brother? Why did my best friend? I thought they were my best friend and they brought me here. What are they talking about over here? All this other stuff. Or it was you that sat there and said, I'll do this just so I can say I got it done. And then suddenly you start realizing, oh, I kind of like the product. I like the feeling. I like the way those guys treat me. Maybe I'll do one more. Maybe I'll talk about it with a couple of people, see what happens, and see how it goes. And suddenly it goes. But don't forget about the one. Don't forget it might be their first time. Don't forget and just casually discount them as if they're nothing. Because they're not. They're somebody who needs something. Everybody needs something. Everybody needs. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how healthy you think you are. It doesn't matter where you are in life. Everybody's going through something. And you are doing a favor to anybody you bring into this business. They may not take it today, but they may take it 5 years, 10 years. You just have to stick to this to get there. So, this product is a game changer. Can't wait to see what you come up with as you use it. As you continue to use it, it has individual insights that adjust for your body. So, every single time you use the WellSpa, guess what? It's different. It's different for you, for you, for you, for you. It matters the humidity in the room. It matters the temperature. It matters how much activating gel you put on, or contouring gel you put on. It's constantly measuring, and it goes and it measures 84 times. It just keeps measuring, and it adjusts to your body. How much thickness of skin, muscle, fat, everything, water, it's all measuring that and then putting in a certain level to be able to make sure it's perfect for you in your situation based on what you're doing. This is game. Nobody is doing this. Nobody's thinking like this. To get this type of real-time feedback to have it. This type of design, we talked about that a little as well. And then we talked about sharing. So when you say, well, I was worried about sharing, it might not, oh. Okay, well, this is the data. 348 people randomly we checked that are actually out with the WellSpa. This is 2024. They either say it's either very easy, or it doesn't really, there's really, it's like 87% people are just like, this is easy to share. People want to know. They get excited about the product. They're going, oh my goodness, this is fantastic. Like, it talks to people. Do you know the number one sharing on our global accounts, social accounts, number one is devices. It's the number one thing people share on as devices. They, oh no, it's dramatic effects, or no, it's this or it's that. No, it's devices. And once people see the devices because they're so unique and novel, that's the thing that pulls people in, and then they start to understand the rest of the stuff that's there. Okay? So super easy to understand, both from a consumer standpoint as well as from a business partner standpoint. Meaning somebody who just comes in to buy the product or somebody who's actually building a business. Either way you look at it, they think it's either easy or it's very easy, or it's not hard at all to share this product. It's a big deal, okay? Now, to wrap this up, because we've got some other things to talk about this afternoon, I want to make sure you guys get to your lunch. Did John say like 2 hours for lunch? What do you guys eat for lunch? I've never had a 2-hour lunch my entire life. That's like, maybe we need more tiramisu. No. So that's we call back in Ohio. That's crazy because I came from a farm. And it's going to be 2 hours. You're really crank. But actually, I guess it's only how long? Hour 15. Okay, hour 15. Okay. So it'll be good though. But it'll be good because hopefully you get your tiramisu and hopefully you get your products to be able to help you through that sort of stuff. We've got a great lunch for you, but this is here to transform your lifestyle. Now, just understand one simple thing. Let's see, who would know this? Let's see. Graham, where's Graham at? There he is, hey Graham. Graham, what is the number one brand of all of Newskin? What's the number one? What would you guess is the number one brand of all of Newskin? The entire company. Globally, every single market, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. Age-Lock. Correct. That's what we call the super brand, which it is, super brand. And then you go one step in the product line of that Age-Lock, because they've got multiple product lines. What do you think the next one is?
Age-Lock. Within Age-Lock.
Yep.
Harmonix.
Within Age-Lock, Meta.
Meta's our number one product globally. So you guys know, number one product globally. Product line is
Harmonix.
that's right, TR. The TR line, that includes TR90, TRMe, and TRMe Go. Okay? I guess TRMe Go, that's a local thing we do in the United States and it might come around. But TR has become the number one. A lot of people think it's Louis Spa, a lot of people think it's Life Pack, and so forth. Those are all really strong brands. I mean, really, these are billion-dollar brands. But TR is number one. And so people say, why are you messing with the golden goose? TR90 was there, it was working, it was great, it's a system, it can just duplication, blah, 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 blah. Right, we created it in 2013. Has there been any scientific discoveries in the last 10 years? Or have we just basically stayed the same? Things have changed. And I mean, the amount of information that's relevant today versus what it was in 2013, and the access to that information is so different. The active constituents, the single ingredients, the relationships between these ingredients, how they impact, what happens cognitively, what happens in your digestive systems. I was doing presentations back in the day on microbiome, and everybody goes, what are you talking about gut crap for? Like, who cares about guts? Like, we got to be talking about like energy and this and that. And I said, yeah, got it. But you do understand that if your gut is healthy, then absorption improves, overall wellness improves, energy improves, nutrient absorption goes fuller into the system to your visceral organs, and that you yourself are a happier person, not just because you're getting more nutrients, but because they're being transported and you're getting the uplift on the hormones to your serotonin, all those types of things. Okay? And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess it's kind of important. No, it's really, really, really important. Gut health. And now we see it. You guys do that because of probiotic. Those of you who've been taking probiotics, that's a fantastic product, by the way. You have to understand how gut health impacts you and impacts what happens in your life. This is not just a garbage disposal, okay? It needs to be given something. Now, I'm also not a shamer. I ate Taco Bell 2 days ago. I did. So I'm not a shamer. I'm no judgment here. The point is life, and we're going to have good days and have bad days. Some days, cheat days go for 4 days. And that's okay. That's all right. No judgment. My point is, do you have the tools to be able to, when you want to get serious with it, to do it? And you have to do it in one system that's good for you, and is good for you, and is good for you. It's the exact same system. No change. Seems a little weird. Because some people are different ages, different hormonal levels, different things going on in their lives. Some people have more time to devote to exercise. Other people are just trying to make sure the kid's diaper isn't somewhere it shouldn't be. There is just stuff all over the place, right? I mean, you have to understand where the person is in their life. Maybe they don't have time to do Pilates. Maybe they don't have time to eat healthy in this beautiful salad. They did this Instagram post, which feeling healthy. Whatever. Okay, great. You did it. You made it. Don't make it sound like you did it every day. But the reality is that we do want to do better from a lifestyle standpoint. We do want to do better from a weight standpoint. We do want to do better. But your size is not dictated by the world. It's dictated by you. The way you feel is how you feel. Okay? Now, here's my own personal plug, stepping aside. Okay? Since using WellSpa and the TRME, now this is my experience. I'm not saying it's going to happen for every other person who's out there. Okay? But by actively working towards a healthy diet, generally speaking, and exercising consistently on a daily basis, and being able to implement the tenets of TRME and WellSpa, I've reduced 10 pounds of fat in my body. 10 pounds. Okay? And then I've added 14 pounds of muscle. So now you guys, he's bragging and stuff like that. Now, I actually, if I had time, I was going to come down in a little sweatsuit that I used to wear. That was for me when I was in a different shape. And I was going to take it off in the middle of the jump. No, we're not doing that on stage. I won't do it. But no, I'm serious. I have changed. I have changed what's going on. And it feels great to me. It feels awesome. And, it's the best part ever is that part where you're not even thinking about it or whatever. Doing your thing and your significant other and wife goes, hey, I like that. Oh, okay. Gotta go to the gym. So, it's one of those things where you realize, I'll tell you the fundamental things I've changed. I really haven't changed a whole lot of things, except for I was more conscious, not eating spinach every night, not Rocky Balboa eating freaking eggs and stuff like that. No. I was just adding a little bit more protein to my diet through TRME. I was helping with my appetite control in certain areas, so I was curbing certain things to be able to make sure I could do it. And then I was also intentionally focused on making sure I didn't miss my exercise. I didn't miss my opportunities to do it. And it's changed. Everything's changed. And it's just so much better than it once was. That's my own personal experience. But the combination for me, I'll tell you exactly how I do it, so everybody knows. Because I watched this guy get up on stage, and he was the most successful I've ever seen in this industry, and he said, this is what I do. This is how I do it. And he gave him the system, and like half the people checked out after the first one because they were like, nah, I can't do it. I'm like, I got it. That's not because I'm not saying you have to do this. This is what I do. I'm up 3:30 at the button. That's just me. That's just me. Nobody has to be up at 3:30, okay? It's just what I have to do, up at 3:30. Okay, I'm up, I do yoga for 30 minutes. Get my body ready. I do my pre-workout that we have, and then I take my protein shake, I go into the shower. And I do my WellSpa, full activating through my entire body, loosen my entire body up. Go do my workout, usually go about 60 minutes. Come back, shower, WellSpa, okay? And then, the rest of the day goes on. Basically I'm in the office or I'm on a Zoom call by 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and off we go. Don't have any issues with energy, no challenges at all. Go to bed roughly about 10 o'clock. And I eat generally healthy. Meaning, I'll pick certain things that are typically there. But last night, right before I forget when it was, Saturday night, whatever that was. Saturday night, my wife and I went to Cheesecake Factory. It was her birthday. So I had to do it, I'm trying to help her out. So I did Cheesecake Factory, and it was really good. It was so good, mango. Anyways, but it was so good. And we did 2 songs. So it was a lot of fun. We hung out, and it was really a great experience. But my point is that it's okay. My gosh, we've got to have a little bit of fun. If you make it so hard, so restrictive, so challenging, you'll never stick to it. You'll never stick to it. Life is too hard. You're going to run into stuff, and things are going to happen. You're going to beat yourself up, and then it's this weird cycle that spins you down. I'm telling you, I've done this for 32 years. The only people who are successfully consistent with this are people that give themselves a break, number 1. Number 2 is give a general guideline of what to do. Number 3 is give them the tools so when they're ready to be serious about it, they can do it. And number 4 is they take action. Those are the people that do it. And guess what? When you have a bad experience where your kid's going through a difficult time, or your mother-in-law is going through a difficult time, or something's happening in your life and you're challenged for about a month, 2 months, 9 months, whatever it may be. I had back surgery. I was out for 7 months. 7 months I was out. I didn't know if I was going to be able to lift anything, do anything. I was in Germany. I was talking to Sean. All the guys. It's like, I don't know what to make it, man. I'm in this German. I was in Dusseldorf, Germany. I had this German doctor who, I call him Dr. Death. And he looks at me and he cut me open because I had broken 2 of my vertebrae a couple years ago. And broken, so back my disc, and he sliced me open, ripped out my discs, and put new discs in, and then he didn't even sew me up. I think the janitor sewed me up because, it looks really, really bad. That came in from the stomach, and anybody I tell it to, they said, "Oh, try a C-section. You don't have anything to complain about." All right, you're right, I won't complain. But the reality is that it came in, popped it open, came in, grabbed it all out, and then put it back in. I was out of commission for about 7-8 months, and I didn't know if I could do anything again. And now I'm lifting more than I lifted in college or in high school, and I played sports. And I feel like $1 million. I really do. And it's not just because of these products. It's the mindset of saying I'm going to make a commitment. And I had a doctor who came up to me and said to me, he says, Steve, this is the exact words. There's a German doctor, those of you who know Germans, generally speaking, the general comment, I don't get canceled. So this is a German doctor comes up to me and he goes, I wanted to try the accent a little bit terrible. Steve, I was perfect. Oh, okay. And you're medicated, so you don't understand. You see this tall German stand next to you going, goodbye. And he left. He's not, literally. So he didn't sew me up. I don't know who sewed me up. But somebody sewed me up, and he went to Canada or something to go do some training seminar. But he had done 15,000 of these surgeries, and so he was the best in the business. That's why I went all the way to New Zealand to do it. And I can tell you right now, I feel great, and I feel fantastic. I can lift more than I can lift. And combine that, so my point is, 8 months out of commission, back into it, get the right things with me, TRME, WellSpa, and I also use life packing. But for me, that's what I did. And every single day, confidence. And then I had a setback, and then the confidence stops. And then I had a good friend like Sean Brady who asked, how you doing, Steve? Jeff Mack, how you doing, Steve? I had good people like John Hobbs saying, hey mate, how you doing? I had good friends around me who actually cared about me. Back to empowering people. I'm not Sean's downline. Sean cares about me. Sean cares about me. Okay? It's different. So, you guys know about TRME. It's fantastic. You've got a shake. You've got all the different functionalities. The reason we designed TRME was to give you what you need. Some of you incur cravings. Some of you need extra protein. Some of you need an extra, from a mood standpoint, you need something to elevate your mood so that you're, not just some people will eat their hormones or eat their pain or eat their frustration, so forth. You have the ability to select. Now, we have some combinations that we think work really good, but you do what's right for you. Where are your challenges? Where are your weak spots? That's why we do this, to customize and personalize a line, not just a kit that's good for every single person. Okay? That's why we did it. Now, We did a survey on people, and this is amazing. We have this never happens. I know you guys want to get some numbers. This is exactly what came back. We said when you take WellSpa and combine it with, this is specifically with the body serum, and combine that with the Smart Lin and M-Shape, just that combination, 100% of the people, I think it was like 400 and something people who considered this, said helps the skin feel energized, stimulates the skin, uses spices and combination supplements, improves the way I feel about myself. It was this is how they were having a self-perception about what they were getting and the results they were getting. Okay? If you look at it, this is 97% or more of respondents felt using the combination of TRV, Smart Lin, and M-Shake with the WellSpa improved their overall feelings of well-being. And you combine that with TRV, weight management system. Remember how we talked about this thing called beauty and wellness integrated at New Skin? Who else is doing this? No, seriously, who else is doing this? Come on, somebody's got it. Who else is doing this? You've got people doing beauty, you got people doing wellness, you got people doing weight management. Who's taking the time to actually do a study to verify the benefits of LumiSpa and collagen New Skin? Who's doing the evaluation to find out whether or not WellSpa can work with TRV and have much better results? You're working with a company that's thinking bigger, blue ocean. Not let's go hang out with all these guys over here in the red ocean though and fight for every last little drop. We're talking about going where the future is, there where the future goes. That's the past, you're going to the future. We're going to talk a little bit more about that this afternoon. So if you're interested in basically improving your overall well-being, I'm telling you, you got a 1-2 combination of beauty and wellness integrated right here that is truly a game changer. And you'll see this just like you saw microbiome suddenly take off, like it's some discovery we just came up with recently, and it's been there for a long time. It's those people who took the tools, the initiative, and went for it. Okay? It's a whole different ballgame. The rewards just keep coming in. This is the game plan. You have it, use it, makes it a lot easier to share it when you're a user of the product, and you have that good personal experience. It's been so much fun. 24 hours it took me to get here. I'm so glad I did. Thank you so much.